Hey guys, I am a little late today. I'm so sorry. I forgot to set an alarm on my phone. So I am hopping on here a little after 8. Hope some of you are available to join me. I'm going to start with taking my makeup off. So I actually have makeup on today. I'm using eye makeup remover. Tonight we are doing our glycolic acid facial peel. So it is called the Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. This is what it looks like. Oops. And you guys actually have a sample of this in a little jar. So I was completely out of Mary Kay samples that are in like the nice little packets and could not get them delivered in time before I sent them out to you guys. So hope that's okay. But we're going to be using that today. So go ahead and take off your eye makeup and then you're going to wash your face just like normal. And today we're going to be talking about how you can get we already talked about how you can get a free Skin Victory brush. I'm going to be sharing my story with you today. So I will start and, sorry, I'm like, can't really see out of my one eye. I like moved my contact. Who here is a contact wearer? I am a contact wearer. I don't really like to wear my glasses. I really want to get like LASIK done, but I'm scared of it. Okay, so today I'm sharing about our glycolic acid facial peel, the Revealing Radiance facial peel, and I'm also going to be sharing about my personal story with Mary Kay. I know a lot of you in here do know my story, but I think most of you that are doing this hydrofacial have not heard my story before, so I am excited to share with you guys. All right. So as I wash my face, just taking my regular cleanser, and I will do my Skin Victory brush. So I started Mary Kay when I was, what was I, 20, 21? Yeah, 21. And I was in college. I was actually a senior in college going to Ohio State for architecture. So when I was in college, I had a lot of guy friends, not a lot of girlfriends. And I grew up in Pennsylvania. So I went to Ohio State. I moved here for college. And all of my girlfriends were in Pennsylvania, like all my high school friends. And I didn't have a lot of girlfriends in college. So I got invited to this beauty experience, totally random. I had actually never heard of Mary Kay before. Can you believe that? It's been around for forever. But I grew up in like a pretty small town. So I'm sure there was Mary Kay around. I just had never heard of it. And I got invited to a pampering experience. And so back then we did stuff only in person. So like doing stuff online wasn't an option. And I got invited to come like get an in-person pampering done. And I was really excited. I was like, this sounds amazing. And I go, and all of the people there were like so friendly. They were like just really happy to see me. And like, I hadn't met these people before, but they were so happy to see me. And I tried all these amazing products that literally made my skin feel so good. And at the time, I mean, I have had little behind the scenes, I have had horrible skin my whole life. Like I've always struggled with acne, and I had like borderline cystic acne since I was 11. I mean, seen a dermatologist for years and years and years, and I did all kinds of prescription medication and all kinds of like over-the-counter stuff, and nothing ever worked for me. I mean, I even did like Accutane, if you guys are familiar with that. So crazy. I have tried all this stuff, and nothing worked. And so when I tried the Mary Kay stuff and my skin felt so good, and I like learned a lot about taking care of my skin that I had never learned before, I was like, all right. So I bought a ton of stuff, fell in love with it. But mostly I like fell in love with the people there. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends. And so we're going to pause on my story for a second and talk about the facial peel. Okay. So I'm going to put on the facial peel and tell you about it as I'm putting it on. So you're going to just like scoop it out of the jar and put it all over your face. Remember, avoid your eye area. If you get this close to your eyes, it will burn. So do not do that. Now, this is a chemical peel. It's a chemical peel. What we did with the microdermabrasion, that's what's called a physical exfoliator. This is a chemical exfoliator. So it uses, I'm using my brush again, but this goes on clear. And it does have like a strong scent to it, kind of like a chemically scent. It is safe for your skin, you guys. And this is something you can actually get done. You can get chemical peels done at a med spa or at a dermatologist. And when you get them done there, they're going to be a lot more potent. So this is an at-home version that is safe for you to use 2 times per week. Sorry, I'm making sure I get this all even. So you can safely use this 2 times per week. And Mary Kay has infused botanical extracts inside of this, along with the glycolic acid, so that it like soothes your skin while the chemical peel is working, which I love, that's what makes it safe to use 2 times per week, instead of when you go and get a chemical peel done, it's like really intense. Your face is like red for days. It's amazing, but it's just a really more intense treatment. Okay. So when you put this on, even layer all over your face, you can do it onto your neck too, like I'm doing. This will sit for 10 minutes. So I'm not going to stay down here for a full 10 minutes, but it will sit for 10 minutes. So make sure you set a timer. And make sure you wash your hands. Okay. So this facial peel has an active ingredient in it called glycolic acid. And what this does is the glycolic acid, what a physical exfoliator does is it actually like grinds off your like dead skin cells. So that is what the microdermabrasion does. It's a physical exfoliator. When you're working with a chemical exfoliator, the glycolic acid actually reacts to your dead skin cells and separates the bond from your like dead skin to your like new fresh skin. It separates the bond and literally lifts that up. So you're not going to physically peel this off. We've talked about it a bunch of times, no peel off masks. So even though it's called a facial peel, it's not actually going to peel off, but it does work like, if you think of a potato peeler, it does work exactly like that. So it's chemically like lifting up that dead skin layer, and it's going to make your skin feel amazing. This stuff is like the holy grail of like exfoliation, I'm telling you. So I only use this once a week. I use microdermabrasion once a week, this once a week, the charcoal mask like once or twice a week, depending on my skin. Now, that's what works for me. Everybody's skin is different. So you may like this more than the microdermabrasion. You might like it less. It's all up to you. So this is great for people who have really sensitive skin. Sometimes this one is better because you don't have that harsh abrasion of the microdermabrasion. This still will probably make your skin look a little red because it is doing all of that like rough exfoliation without like you physically feeling it. And this is actually part of our Time-Wise Repair line. So I've told you how our Time-Wise line is anti-aging. Our Time-Wise Repair skincare line is for like really advanced anti-aging. This is like, typically I recommend it to like 50s and above, because usually our wiser women, not older, they're wiser women need to have just more advanced anti-aging. This is really great for a lot of different kinds of people for any age. It's great if you've got acne scarring that you want to reduce. This is going to help to even out that skin tone. Excuse me. If you need, if you've got like sun damage that you want to fix, this will help with that. If you have fine lines and wrinkles, uneven texture, this is going to help with that. So I'm actually going to post a picture. I'll have to see if I can find it tonight, but it's a like over the course of 8 weeks using this 2 times a week. It's a client's results, and it is like incredible, the difference in her face and her neck, the actual like lifting you can see on her face. It's amazing. So this really is great for all ages, but it is like the holy grail of anti-aging. If you are looking at say, this is my best example, like a cantaloupe. If you're looking at a cantaloupe, and this is going to sound silly, but if you would take a cantaloupe and you would like rub this brush on the cantaloupe, like you turn it on and you'd like rub it on the cantaloupe, you would still see the texture of the cantaloupe. You know how cantaloupes are like really rough. You would still see the texture, but it would be like smoothed out. It would, to the touch, it would physically be smoothed out. If you use the microdermabrasion on the cantaloupe, it would be like taking a cheese grater to that outside skin. So you'd be like scraping off a lot of that roughness, but you wouldn't be getting everything. If you're using the facial peel, that is like taking a potato peeler to that exterior of the cantaloupe. So you're like releasing all of that rough edge and you're getting just that smooth inside, cantaloupe yummy part that you can eat. But that is like my best reference to what these exfoliators do and like just to compare them. So if you've got questions, please let me know. It is totally safe to do multiple exfoliations in the same week. So doing the facial peel and doing the microdermabrasion, just never do back to back. Like yesterday, if I did microdermabrasion, I would not do the facial peel today. Always skip a day in between your deep exfoliation just to save your skin. If you exfoliate too much, your skin can get really irritated because you're not allowing it time to reproduce those skin cells. So hope that answers any questions you might have, but please post them if you've got more. So as this dries, I'm going to just share a little bit more about my story, and please feel free to ask me questions more about like my personal story, but just to share so you get to know me a little bit more. So back when I like had just had my first appointment with Mary Kay, I like loved the products. I bought a ton of stuff and I was introduced to the Mary Kay opportunity. And at the time I was going to school full time for architecture. And if you know anybody that went to school for architecture, dear God, like it was kind of a nightmare. So I was in school full time and I was working 2 part-time jobs because I was a broke college student, right? So I was working 2 full-time jobs, not full-time, but like together it was like almost full-time hours. And I was going kind of crazy. But I like loved Mary Kay and I really, really wanted to make more girlfriends. I wanted girlfriend time. I was like really craving that. And so I decided to start my own business. My sales director, Charlotte, was like, if you have a couple hours a week, like you could totally do this. So at the time, I literally had 2 hours a week. That was all I could dedicate. And I made that 2 hours a week work for me. And in just like a couple months, I was able to quit one of my part-time jobs with like a fraction of the time. With the money that I was making in my Mary Kay business, I was able to let go of one of my part-time jobs, which like opened up so much more time for me to study, to sleep also. And it was such a blessing. So fast forward, I graduated from school and I got a job in the architectural field. And at this time, I was working full time, still living in Columbus, where I'm at now. And I started to work my business like more like 10 hours a week because I had more time. Once I graduated college, I didn't have, a ton of homework and stuff, of course. So I was able to work more hours and I started to promote myself in the business. Kind of happened haphazardly, but it was really exciting and I started making really good money. And a couple years into my architectural career, I realized I did not like it. I loved the people that I worked with and I did have a really good time and I love architecture. But what I learned in school like did not prepare me for the real world of what it looks like to be an architect. And I wasn't in love with it. I was like, I don't think I can do this for, the next 30, 40 years of my life that I'm working. Like, I don't think that I can do this. And like, I just didn't have the passion for it, but I really had the passion for my Mary Kay business. So I made like a really bold and totally faith-based decision. I made the decision to leave my full-time job and start working my business full-time. So after 3 years of working Mary Kay and my architectural career, I left to do Mary Kay full-time. And it's crazy how God works. Like it was definitely a full leap of faith that I did to work my business full-time because I had no savings. I was like $20,000 plus in debt. And I was like totally on faith. And within the next few months, after I left my job, I promoted myself to be a sales director in the company, which literally like tripled my income, matched what I was making at my architectural career. And so I promoted myself. I earned a free car with the company. I finished like the National Court of Sales in Mary Kay, which is like a huge deal. I don't have to get into detail with that, but I like accomplished all these things, and it really solidified like, yes, like you are in the right zone. And, you know, that's my personal story, my personal journey with Mary Kay. And that's something, you know, if you'd asked me 7 years ago, so I've been in Mary Kay now for 7 years. I've been full-time for 4 years. If you would have asked me back then, like if I thought I was going to be doing Mary Kay 7 years later, God, no. I would have been like, you're crazy. I would have laughed in your face and just never, ever, ever believed you. But all I can say is I have so enjoyed creating this business and this lifestyle. And so I work about 20 to 25 hours a week, make a full-time income. And I'm excited to like have this opportunity as like Brian and I, you know, start a family. I love the knowledge to know that I'll be able to like stay home with my kids, work around their schedules, and kind of create my business like around the things I need in my life, instead of having, you know, my work like dictate having it the other way around, if that makes sense. But I've just really loved having the opportunity to meet a ton of women, make great friendships with women, and doing things like this. Like now that we're virtual, having the opportunity to do things like this and treat you to pampering in your home, it just like fills my heart up so much to know that I'm like giving you the gift of like feeling good in your own skin, because that's the gift that Mary Kay gave me, on top of so many other things that I couldn't possibly dive into. But that's just like a little bit of me in a nutshell and Mary Kay. I absolutely love what I do. We just really get to have fun all the time, get to wash my face, wash my face on camera and talk to you guys. And it's just really fun. So if you've got more questions, please comment. I would love to hear, or I'd love to talk to you more. If you like want to ask me directly, that's totally fine. But this has been on for 10 minutes, so I'm actually going to wash it off, and I will not stay on here for that, but you're just going to rinse this off, like get a washcloth, rinse it all off, make sure you get all of it off, because this one's clear and it's got that chemical in it. We don't want it to like hurt your skin if you leave it on. So completely take it off. And then you're going to finish with your nighttime cream and your eye cream. This is okay to do day or night. So like, don't hesitate if you want to do it in the morning. You can also combine this with the moisture renewing gel mask. If you're behind, that's totally fine. Or you can just do this tonight, and we're doing the moisture renewing gel mask again tomorrow. So totally up to you, but I hope you have a really wonderful Friday night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.